The following podcast contains description of real crimes, including violence, murder, and disturbing content that may not be suitable for all listeners. Listener discretion is strongly advised. The events and details shared are based on public records, news sources, and court documents. While we strive for accuracy, some elements may be disturbing or upsetting. Please proceed with caution. And once again, thank you and enjoy the podcast. What is going on? How is my no bullshit crew doing? This is another edition of You Can't Make This BS. I'm your host. You guessed it, Joel Davis. I want to say once again, I am glad that everybody is here with us once again. Thank you. Man, so I really thought I was behind this week with releasing a material for you guys, but it seems like I've been on time. So y'all know what this segment is going to be. I am recording this on a Thursday evening, but it will be released first thing Friday morning. You guessed it. This is Black Friday. Yeah, y'all know what it is. Black Friday. Well, we gonna talk about black true crime. It's gonna be a role or whatever. It can be a scam. It can be about murder. It can be about a RICO case. Whatever we roll the dice on, that's what we introduce on Black Friday. And today's Black Friday is a wild ride. Before I continue to do that, I want to tell everyone once again, thank you for your support, for you guys hanging in there with me. We are actually on episode 37. Dude, this is crazy. 37 episodes in the year anniversary, which I want to say, give me 1 second here. It's coming up very shortly. I want to give you the right time frame. Yeah. The year anniversary, it was actually just passed. Our year anniversary was actually 18th. Wow. We've been a year in now. June the 18th was the year anniversary. I know I skipped around some. I really was taking it serious, but then I took a lot of days off. But now, since I've been rejuvenated and focused back on the podcast, I really have not been missing a lot of days. If you notice, I have been really getting it in. So we'll see what happens next year. Hopefully around June 18th during that time, it'll be a 2-year anniversary, and maybe we'll be more into the actual level of podcast. But it's been a blessing, man. It's been a great ride. Uh, I'm definitely thankful, and everything else that has came along the way. So today, I want you guys to know that please support the show. I do have a Patreon on Patreon that you can join. I will be putting extra episodes on there. I'm going to try to load one up this evening. Also, too, please do not hesitate to join the paid subscription on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whichever one that you listen to the most. And also, too, guys, if you like and binging off the stuff I'm doing, please, with a pretty please on top, rate the show 5 stars. It gets me in the algorithm. If you feel like an episode I produce ain't it is not to your liking, you think I wasted a bunch of time on it, please just put in the comment section of, positive criticism. That's all I ask. Also, too, please, if you got a cash app, donate to my new cash app for the show. This cash app is called You Can't Make This BS Up. It will be in the show notes, but just go on to You Can't Make This BS Up. Any donations will help, whether it's $1 or your God bestowed it on your heart to donate 1,000. whatever you feel like you want to donate, please, it will go right towards this show, and it will also go towards my internet and everything else that I need to keep this show going, and also for my medicines to keep my bipolar down. Okay, and my beer runs when sometimes on the weekend when I'm recording this and drinking a cold. So you want to support us. That's what you need to do, man. That's right there. You can't make this BS up, BS crew. All right. And as soon as we hit at least 100 followers, we'll do a special raffle or something, or we'll start producing more merch. Start working on merch so we can get you guys energized to follow the show. All right. So enough of me talking about all this housekeeping stuff. Let's jump in today's show, and let me tell y'all, what would you do if you met someone that is the girl of your dreams? Okay, like she is that chick, and all of a sudden, everything that you thought you knew of this woman was nowhere near anything factual. And what would you do if you find out that not only is she's coming off to be fraudulent to you, but she's coming off to be fraudulent to everyone around you in your circle? Tonight, we're talking about a woman named Sabrina Taylor. Sabrina Taylor was someone who really knew how to put the screws on everybody. Like when she walked in the room, she had everybody thinking she is the sweetest, most humble, most beautiful spirit in the world. But she wasn't no beautiful spirit. She was a wolf in sheep clothing. So let's go out here and get started to how this all came into play. The cosplay con woman named Sabrina Taylor. Now, Sabrina Taylor lived in Tacoma, Washington, right? She was known online like one of them geek girls. You know, she dressed up in anime, cosplay, the things that you see a lot of people get into over there that's involved into that nerdy world. Okay. Now she had a lot of friends. She would meet them at conventions, online forums, servers, your fan meetups. And everybody that saw her said that she was charming, and she was also vulnerable, and she was struggling with this disease that nobody knew about called MS. And if you don't know what MS is, it is multiple sclerosis. Now, let me tell you the actual definition of what MS is. Now, based upon MS medical definition, it is an immune mediated disorder. This means the immune system is designed to like keep your body healthy. Right? It would attack parts of the body that are needed for everyday function. Okay. And when a person that has MS, the covering that protects the nerve cells, they start becoming damaged. And this damage leads to like diminished functioning, like spinal cord and the brain. Multiple sclerosis is a disease that has symptoms that are like very unpredictable, and these symptoms also vary in intensity. Like some people with MS would experience simple numbness and fatigue, while severe cases of the disorder may cause loss of vision, diminished brain function, and paralysis. There are several early warning signs of multiple sclerosis, and since this disorder is often misdiagnosed or disguised as another ailment, you got to know what you're looking for when you say you got MS. So there's a lot to the MS thing, but I do know that it's not a great disease. So either way it goes, she said that this MS was progressing, right? There was some days she couldn't walk, then she would have to undergo chemo, and then she said she was broke, and people would believe her. Now, there was times that Sabrina would be trying to be contacted by others, and she would kind of reply a text message similar to something like this.
Female voice.
I'm sorry. I didn't reply sooner. I was in the hospital again. The doctors think the MS is worsening. They're switching my treatment plan.
See, Sabrina crafted a lie that struck deep because it was rooted in empathy. Because she claimed she was battling multiple sclerosis, which was a real devastating, again, autoimmune disease. She said she needed help covering transportation to the appointments, medication, the cost for food and rent. You know, sometimes she said her insurance lapsed. Other times she claimed her parents were helping, but it wasn't enough. She even claimed she was too sick to work and was falling behind on grad school payments. She even provided fake medical receipts, emails, screenshots, and photos of herself in hospital gown. It was all fake though, but everybody bought it, hook, line, and sinker. Sabrina didn't run this scam in private. She did this all online, in cosplay groups, fan communities, LGBTQ plus Discord servers. She built long-term relationships with people around the world, and one of her closest victims was Emily. Now, we got to change her name to Emily to protect this woman's privacy. Now, here's what she said during the interview. And once again, we're going into the female voice.
Female voice.
She was someone I thought I knew. I remember the night she said she collapsed at her apartment. She said her blood sugar dropped. I sent her money right then, like $400. She always made you feel like you were her last hope.
And Emily wasn't alone. There were like a dozen people that were on the same page. So by the time the federal indictment was filed, investigators had followed the money. And what they found shocked them. Federal records show Sabrina has spent $60,000 on luxury vacations to Japan and South Korea, $38,000 on online shopping, $29,000 on clothes and fashion, and $16,000 on cosmetics. And she got the best of cosmetics, okay? We're talking about like Jesus. I forgot some of the high names. My wife knows them, but she's in the bed right now. But you get the drift. 1,000 more on Uber rides, spas, and hotels, and not just any hotel. Penthouse suites, private bathrooms, and VIP rooms. Meanwhile, the people funding these experiences thought they were paying for hospital bills. And with that being stated, guys, we're gonna take a quick commercial break from our sponsor. What's going on, guys? I want to tell you guys, do me a huge, solid favor, all right? When you get a chance, please go and check out my description at the end of this podcast. And if you want to support your boy, please follow me at the following. You can't make this BS up ever. That's right, on Instagram. You can't make this BS up on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. And you can follow me. You can make this BS up on Facebook page and Facebook group. Also, please look at the actual bottom and look at the Cash App, man. The Cash App tag, that's where you can donate whatever your heart bestows to support your boy at this time so we can keep the show rolling. Like I said. And if you can't do that and you don't have any kind of money, man, just share the show, bro. Share it with everybody, friends and family. Tell them that there is a new true crime storyteller in town that is got a whole team behind him called the No Bullshit Crew. And not to mention, too, the swag that we got over here is impeccable. So please, do me a favor, support us once again. So that way we can continue to do the work that we do. With that being said, we're going right back to the podcast. All right, guys. So now, as we return, Sabrina's scam fits a pattern. All right. I mean, like a real sick pattern at that, which is called pathological fabrication or sympathy. Now, again, before I get into breaking this down, I am not a licensed psychologist, but due to the fact of this podcast and the extensive research that we have done on this case, this is actually how we arrive to this type of analysis. It's often seen in what is called factitious disorder imposed on self or Munchausen syndrome, where a person fakes or exaggerates illness for attention. But Sabrina's case added a twist. She monetized the deception. She didn't just want sympathy, she wanted cash. That makes her a classic manipulative fraudster, driven by power over others, financial gain, and narcissistic control. She built a double life, one of pain and weakness in text messages, and one of indulgence and luxury in real life. So in 19, everything changed. Sabrina invited friends to join her in Japan. These were people who had loaned her money. Now seeing her hiking, eating gourmet meals, and partying. Here is another reenactment from one of her male friends. I asked her what her medications were. She changed the subject. That's when it hit me. There's no meds. Here is another sick time where Sabrina said the following.
Male voice.
My 22,000 deposit got hacked. I just need a little help to finish this trip.
They confronted her. They doubled down. One of them checked her laptop. No emails from school, doctors, or banks. Just lies. They didn't just leave. They went to federal authorities. So let's go ahead on and talk about that. The victims came forward. Federal investigators took notice. They subpoenaed bank records, PayPal history, and digital communication. The picture that emerged, devastating. She had over 150 financial transactions. She had also multiple platforms. More were less than $2,000. Just low enough to avoid triggering former banking scrutiny. But collectively, over 608,000 bands was sent to Sabrina between 2013 and 2019. Imagine that shit. Your ass thinking you helping somebody sick and they just getting all of them bands off of you and tricking off of it for their own personal use. The FBI traced false claims across Facebook groups, Reddit threads, private DMs, Discord servers, even online crowdfunding sites. I try to tell y'all, the FBI is like, I got time today. That's right. She used multiple email accounts, dozens of fake identities, and cover stories, each with just enough detail, real detail to feel legitimate. On November 19th, 2021, Sabrina was arrested and charged in the U.S. District Court in Seattle. The charge, wire fraud, under 18 United States Code 1343. The Department of Justice released on press release, quote, the defendant exploited people's generosity by weaving a tapestry of lies and illness to extract sympathy and cash. She was released pending trial, but under tight restrictions. Her bank account was frozen. She was banned from crowdfunding platforms. And the victims, well, you know what it is. They waiting for justice. In July 2022, Sabrina Taylor pleaded guilty to 1 count of wire fraud. A plea agreement spelled out everything. Key omissions in the court filing. Falsely claimed to have MS from at least 2013 onward. Claimed she was a UW graduate student. She was not. Damn. Lied about family members in jail to get bail money. Posed as doctors and nurses in emails to friends. Misrepresented how donation were used. Now, guys, I gotta say something real quick. They really did want her ass when they said she was not a UW graduate, which is University of Washington graduate student. They really wanted that ass. They usually don't even look at that shit like, okay, she lied about college, whatever. They usually look at the other stuff. And this what was said by the the federal prosecutor. Her conduct was long running, international, and left emotional and financial scars on dozens of people. So she admitted to everything. January 27, 2023, U.S. District Court Judge Ricardo S. Martinez presiding. Sabrina stood before him to learn her fate, and victims submitted letters, and some were read out loud. And I'm going to use them in different voices. Here we go.
Female voice.
I trusted her. She knew I was vulnerable too. I gave her my savings. And now I'm thousands in debt. She made me feel like I was the only person keeping her alive.
Another victim has sold a comic collection. That's right. They comic collection, something they had since childhood, to help her crazy ass out. Another matched 2 of their credit cards. When Judge Martinez handed down the sentence, he said the following.
Female voice. Male voice.
You committed a calculated cold deception over many years, not because you had a choice, but because you believe you never get.
And with that being stated, that judge sent her ass to 27 months in federal prison, 3 years of supervised release, $608,900 restitution. And she was immediately put in custody. And just like that, Sabrina's life went up in smoke. Y'all give me one moment as we will continue to transition into another commercial break. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me once again, your host from You Can't Make This BS Up, Joel Davis Media Network, or formerly known Media Network. Listen, I need y'all to do me a favor for my show. You Can't Make This BS Up. I need y'all to go and check all the way down to the description. And if you see my Cash App tag and you want to support the show, that's where you need to donate at. Any little donation can help, whether it's $1 or, again, like I said, if God bestow on you or whoever you believe in, $1,000. Now, if you can't do that, guess what? You can actually help me out as well by sharing the show. That's right, share it with your friends and family. Tell them that there's a new true crime guy that's in town that is got mad swag and tells the story that nobody else can tell in life. So again, please, if you want to support the channel, go to the description, look at the tag below, the Cash App tag, from $1 to $5,000, whatever your heart was so on. You can donate to it. It goes back to the show, pay the bills, and make sure we can keep these true crime reels keep going and going and going and going. And if you can't do that, just share it. All right, like I said, just share it. It ain't take but a minute to just share it with friends and family. So with that being stated, man, I know bullshit cool. Keep continuing to support the channel. Keep supporting all my social media. You Can't Make This BS Up. It's also in the description on Instagram, formerly known as Twitter, which is now X, and also on my the other joint called. Oh yeah, also on my YouTube channel as well. All right, I love you guys. Keep supporting the channel. I'm out. So we are back. So much of Sabrina Taylor's background, it's still a mystery. Like nobody knows nothing about how this girl rolled or anything of that nature. One thing we do know is the following. She was not enrolled at the University of Washington. She never worked at Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center. She had no diagnosed illness. She had no brother in jail. Her parents were not funding her education. And most disturbing of all, she appears to have no remorse. In an interview with federal investigators, she referred to her victims as overly emotional and claimed they were too dramatic about the money. Girl, you better be glad your anime ass was in the hood, because they would have knocked some sense into you. Just saying, not promoting violence. So the victims of Sabrina Taylor just didn't lose money, they lost trust. Many have never shared their private lives online again. And here's another one from one of her prior friends named Emily.
voice,
It wasn't the cash that hurt. It was realizing she never loved us. It was all performance.
And Sabrina case was like featured on Channel 4's documentary series Love Cheats in an episode titled The Comic Con. Viewers around the world were stunned by how far she went. Now, as of now, she got out of custody sometime in the late part of 2024. She got an Instagram called I want to say it's called the Real Afterglow. Basically just discussing, just showing how she is and all that stuff. Like it was like crazy how she is now like nowhere near the status she used to be. Like when you look at her Instagram posts, it's like, yo, this is the same girl that was out here, living her best life. But I guess when you go to jail, it humbles you, right? It really humbles you. But with that being stated, we are now going on my next segment to tell you how to spot a sympathy scam. Hey man, let's hit it with that old school oldest string right quick so y'all know how to spot it. All right, so I'm glad that we are here on this part because well, Sabrina Taylor is not the first person to fake a chronic illness. If you notice, there was the girl, I forgot her name, that just released out of prison, Dee Dee, the girl named Dee. Her mother had pimped her out to make everybody think that she had diseases and stuff, and she was getting donations, and she was no shit taking those donations and using it for her own good, for her own personal greed. Either way it goes, with Sabrina Taylor not being the first person to fake chronic illness for sympathy and money, her case is one of the most extensive and emotionally devastating. Now, according to the Federal Trade Commission online, sympathy scams cost victims over $1.3 billion in the last 5 years alone. And many of these scams follow the same pattern. And these are the red flags to watch for. Number one, rapidly escalating medical emergency. These are the people that when you talk to them, it's always the following. Let me give you an example. Hey dog, man. My wife, man, she just went in the hospital, bro. Like literally, man. They told me that the treatments was gonna be working. And now here she is in the hospital, hooked up on the on like ventilators and stuff, man. Like she was literally talking to me 5 minutes ago. And she took the radiation treatment, and it was like they told me that she was gonna be okay. I just don't know what to do. I need 5,000, dog. Yeah, you need to check that out. Repeated vague diagnosis with no documentation. Hey man, you know my wife got cancer, dog. She got brain cancer, man. She been having brain cancer now for the last 10 years. Nah, man, I'm not showing you no paperwork. You don't believe me by now? Yeah, that's how they do it. Pressure to send money directly via Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. It's my favorite. Hey man, I need that money now, man. Send that through Cash App, bro. My Cash App tag is scammer for life. Don't ask me why it's called scammer for life, man. Send it there. I need it. Changing stories, like switching from MS to cancer, or hey man, she ain't got no brain cancer no more now, bro. They just told me, man, that my wife got this terrible disease, man, that's like eating all her blood cells up, man. I don't even know what it's called. They said she's only got like 3 days to live. 3 days later, hey man, your wife's good, man. Man, she defeated the cell eating disease, but the brain cancer done came back, bro. I need another 6 stacks. We're gonna take her to a treatment in Africa. Man, the next one. I pay you back soon. The promise. Often with fake inheritance or loans in process. Y'all know like that what Sabrina told her boyfriend, which I didn't get into more detail, but she had a boyfriend she was seeing at one time, and he was putting all her bills too at the time. He even had a job at Nintendo, and that's a side note. I didn't enter it in because I really couldn't get the dude's name like that or whatever. But either way it goes, he stated on a interview that he was paying all these bills and extending himself because she promised him that they were supposed to get she was supposed to get a $75,000 inheritance from her uncle. Her grandfather left her when she got like a certain age. And when she got to that age, all of a sudden that $75,000 don't even exist. She give him some BS excuse that it isn't there, basically. Like the money got lost or something. So this is what they'll say. They'll say stuff like, listen, if you let me hold this, man, I got like a $500,000 guaranteed inheritance to me in about 3 weeks when I turn 21. All right? Just hold on. When I turn 21, I got this. And I'll pay you back. I may even pay you extra, you know what I'm saying, for just looking out for me and doing a solid. Hey man, I got this loan that's about to come through. Cause I'm about to start my own streaming business. You know what I'm saying? Gaming up here on TikTok. I done got a loan where I'm supposed to be getting $1.5 million, dog. $1.5 million. If I get this $1.5 million of capital, I'll go into my capital a little bit and break you off the money that I owe you. I may even give you an extra $100K, man, because you didn't have to do that for me. That's how they do it. Blocking or isolating behavior when questions arise. This is when they say things like, hey, you know what? Quit trying to overtalk me. I know what's going on with me. I'm the one sick here. Okay, quit questioning me. You know what, man? You know what? I ain't got time for this, bro. I ain't got time for this. I'm shutting this shit down right now. I'm out of here. Scammers like Sabrina build emotional dependence, and the lie became a shared relationship, and that's what makes it so hard to walk away. Now, Assistant U.S. Attorney Cindy Chain prosecuted the case, and her written sentencing memo, she didn't even hold back.
Female voice.
It was not just a fraudster. She was a predatory of empathy. She manipulated people's goodness, and she did it with the strategy and skill. This is not a moment of desperation. It was a pattern of exploitation.
To her own statement to the court, Taylor claims she had struggled with identity and wanted to be cared for. But the judge made it clear those excuses didn't lessen the damage. Now, some of Sabrina's victims formed a support group on Reddit. Others started awareness threads warning others about similar tactics. I gave her $5,000 over the course of 2 years. I thought she was my best friend. She knew I had anxiety. She leaned into that, and now I can't trust anyone. Another victim helped created the website SabrinaTaylorScams.com, which documented her lives with receipts, messages, and video clips. The worst part isn't the money. It's the silence when she realized she was lying. It felt like a death. Now, I'm going to share with y'all how Sabrina really looked because I didn't do that last time. Hold on for a second so y'all can get an idea of who the real Sabrina is and show you her boyfriend. Now, I'm about to paste this man's right quick so y'all get an idea of who he is. Now, you can tell by this image that dude is probably one of those nerds. But at the same time, I feel bad for him because she basically targeted people that she knew had self-esteem issues. And by the way, Sabrina Taylor is roughly in her 40s by now. But when she did this, she was in her mid to late 30s. Now, this is what the victims also have stated. If you've never been scammed, it's easy to say that could never be me. But the truth is, these scams don't start with money. Again, they start with emotional connection.
Voice.
I didn't give money to a stranger. I gave it to someone I Skype with every week. I gave it to someone I consoled through fake seizures. And I still have trouble forgiving myself.
Let's be clear. The people who were kind were not weak. They were compassionate. And they were very intelligent people. We're talking about people that had extensive degrees, really were trusting, and really could watch for somebody trying to get them a mile away until they got with a master manipulator like Sabrina Taylor. Now, again, I am not a psychologist. So let's get this straight right here, right now. Okay? But due to the extensive research that I have done, this is what has been compiled by also other professional experts that look at this situation that are qualified have said. They said that she had a manipulative personality type. She was high functioning intelligence. She had no empathy towards others, controlled through emotion, compulsive lying, and grandiosity. But that made Sabrina's case so dangerous is that she knew how to mimic authentic struggle. She used gifts of crying. And if you don't know what gifts means, that's like a image, that's like a video that people use that doesn't have no sound to it. It's just a regular video of movement showing someone doing a certain action, whether it's crying, waving, or giving you some kind of connection to the actual video that you're looking at. Photoshop 5 lines, fake doctor names, and Google image search scans to verify her story. Her manipulation was digital, layered, and targeted. That's why it was hard for people not to believe her, because she made it that believable. Sabrina's story isn't just about fraud. It's about the emotional trauma left behind. Like, she served a 27-month prison sentence. But for the people she hurt, sentences, they still got to serve that sentence. Every day, they have to look at a past GoFundMe page. And when they see somebody ask for help, they have to genuinely ask themselves, is this person really sick? Did they really lose a loved one? Did they really have someone that's in custody for no reason? Like, it makes you question everything that people usually have for good intention. But we live in a world where empathy is like vital. But this story reminds us that empathy without boundaries also becomes vulnerability. And you know what vulnerability leads to in these type of situations. A dangerous situation for the wolves to come and get you in sheep clothing.
Female voice.
She used my humanity against me, and I'm still trying to get that part of myself back.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of You Can't Make This BS Up. That's right. It's your host, Joel Davis. And this is the story of Sabrina Taylor, the cosplay con woman / scammer. For the source, video support links, and the DOJ press release, visit the web, my source. And remember, protect your heart, protect your wallet, and don't be afraid to ask questions to these people that want some damn money. Okay? Because if you found value in this story, please follow there. Until next time, stay skeptical, stay vigilant, stay safe, stay human, and whatever you do, don't commit no damn crime for you. Don't be another story on You Can't Make This BS Up. I'm out.